Well, no snow in the forecast, but the wind, boy, it's whipping off of Lake Erie and into Highmark Stadium, just south of Buffalo, New York. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Well, right away, they'll change the look. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
He finds Austin complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Ready. 1st down, Seahawks.
Here we go.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Dragon 60. Mustang 19.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line.
60 by trap 60, trap 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this 1st drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. Allen. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At their 48-yard line.
Throwing now is Allen. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Horton. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Trying to find Calvin Austin. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Buffalo defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
70, 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Press all 80. Trap 60, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
48-yard line.
Cougar 19, 18, rock.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line.
1st down, Seahawks.
19, Lions. 79 Broncos.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Austin brings in the quick throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the
19,
22-yard line.
19, Tiger. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw out wide to Walker. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
after one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Get it. 60 Vices, 60 Vices. 18 Cardinal, 8 Cardinal, 18.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
70, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And this one is right through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Allen going to change the look here. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Now a 1st carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick slant to Shakir. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Brings up 4th down.
Regular. Alert.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete.
The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And that one drops down incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Go.
He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So first and 10 now from the 30.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
First down,
Seahawks. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 19 tight.
They'll set up a throw. And Walker has it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Panther 11. Panther 11. 19 Lions.
Second and 3. And it's incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He finds his man complete. That's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Let's go now.
A gain of 5.
19 Cardinals.
And the Seahawks first down.
70 Rangers. Trap 60. Trap 60.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Going deep for Walker. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Alert, 319. Middle. Stop.
Here's Allen. What catch is made by Ellington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown, Bills. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Bills still a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
17. Bills 7. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
70.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now an audible here into something else.
18, Buffalo 60.
2nd and 6. He finds his man complete. It's Horton. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Trap 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to air one out. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Bo Melton as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Bills 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
29-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Allen going to run with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Middle. Off 52. 5 wide. That's it.
Here's Allen to throw it. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. Well, he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I just got...
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, they grew their lead and just totally deflated their offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
56.
Throwing now is Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
At the 31-yard line.
Allen going to throw. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, tight.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Bravo 80.
Now they'll audible to something else.
7 Pirates, 7 Buffalo 18, Pioneer.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Seahawks.
The Eagles, 19 Lions, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw. And he finds Austin complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
Ready,
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
16 yards.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tap right here on this play.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bills 17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. And they'll accept that penalty. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Regular, right? Half 85, half 85. 5 wide. What's that?
Looking to throw. Allen. Going up top. Touchdown. Oh, a great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Bass. Up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Bills 24.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level. Doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Hey, tight, tight. Monday.
From midfield, here's Allen. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
To the air, Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Boy, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Recovered by Seattle.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes this to Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They fire this one quickly to Austin. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. And now they'll shift things around. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Ready? Hey, Cougar 19.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Pass caught, Arroyo right side. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Elijah Arroyo, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and a lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Phillips has it running the out route. There he goes again. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for two. Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. The Bills say they have it, and they do. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Here's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 54 yards. And the Bills strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
45. Tyler Bass to kick off Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A big mistake there. You just got the lead fourth quarter, and now they start at the 40.
Okay,
Looking to put a drive together.
ready. Pass all 80.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. How about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw here. That is caught. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. This is 1st and 10. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
77 Wolf.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Bronco 80. Panther 60. Panther 60. Trap 60. Trap 60. Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Viking 18.
Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st down, Seahawks.
Here we go. Here we go. 19 Charger. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
25-yard line.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Viking 18. Lions.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Fourth down, 10 yards to go. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his target. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? Here we go. First and goal. Charbonnet is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And his kick here is good. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Seahawks, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.